Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Lawliet and Th000, this time taking place here on Echo Isle. I'm very interested to see how this particular game is going to unfold. The first game in this series was rather unorthodox, as you saw, well, a Mountain King go up against a Warden, and then a lot of tier 1 play, which is not something you normally see from Night Elf players when they're going up against humans. Anyways, barracks now down. Farm, Altar of Kings all being placed down here, ready to go. We'll see how this game will be unfolding. As well, no, not maintenance cost, population count, 8 supply versus 7. If you're not quite sure who is who, the longer name is Th000, the shorter name is Lawliet. And I'll make a mention of this just because I haven't mentioned this in quite some time. Th000's name stands for 3 eggs. It's T-H-O-O-O. The O's are meant to look like eggs. His name is 3 eggs. I call him Th000 just because it's easier than saying Samdan or Sandan, depending on if you are speaking Mandarin, Cantonese. Putonghua or Guoyu, Guangdonghua. Alright, I'll leave it at that. Anyways, we are going to be looking at another Warden first in this matchup. So, Warden going up against, is it going to be another Mountain King? Yes, it is. So, Warden versus Mountain King once more, as we are looking at, well, perhaps another unorthodox game. The Mountain King really benefiting from a lot of bashes in that previous game, and one thing that is not going to be available are Goblin Zeppelins. As you guys remember, Goblin Zeppelins are a unit allowing you to pick up and drop off units. We saw some amazing Zeppelin micro in game number 1, but without a Goblin Laboratory, there is not going to be any sort of airplay. Now, Wisp, now gonna go ahead and move on out in the scout, and you can take a look. Archer, oh, a beautiful steal. You can take a look at this. The Forest Troll Shadow Priest purposely stolen, but not quite sure what to make of it, as the Warden now needs to make its way out. What is this Forest Troll Shadow Priest doing? It should just try and run away. Not quite sure what Th000 plans to do here. He's actually trying to get in some kills and steal experience. Warden able to get some of that there. Warden now taking a lot more damage than you would normally like, as the peasants are still joining in on the fight. Warden has Phantom Knives instead of Shadow Strike, as all of the units are now trying to get away. Warden has taken a bit more damage than he would like, but she has at least picked up a kill off of a peasant. Warden still sitting at level 1. Unable to heal early on. This Lone Footman and Lone Forest Troll Shadow Priest still playing a very heavy harassment game, and this is just absolutely annoying for Lawliet. Th000 coming back strong and getting so much damage, as this Warden now down to 137 hit points. Alright, are we going to perhaps see a Shadow Strike here? The Warden could try and catch up, finish off these targets. Footman now down to 24 hit points. One more slice should finish it off, as it does get taken down. Alright, Forest Troll Shadow Priest off over here looking to get healed back up. Meanwhile, Mountain King has already cleared up the expansion, sitting at level 2 with a Ring of Protection as his item, and could be trying to come in for some Storm Bolts. Tree of Life with Hunter's Hall indicates that we are going to be looking at perhaps another tier 1 strategy. Dual Ancient of Wars. Well, should mean a large number of Huntresses, and with a Mountain King out, instead of Water Elementals, is the Mountain King going to be able to do all that much? The Huntresses, with that faster movement speed, that glaive bounce, able to do a lot of damage here, as the Moonwell may end up getting cancelled. Mountain King now making its way back down. You can take a look. Forest Troll Shadow Priest scouting out a bunch of things. Where is that Warden? Warden already running across the map, and now setting up an Ancient Protector right behind the base. Warden wanting to really punish this expansion, as we are going to be looking at most likely Militia coming in just a position. Alright, Warden waiting for the Scroll of Town Portal. There's the Fan of Knives, but nothing, absolutely nothing hits over here at the other end. Warden could try and get some damage onto some of these peasants. There is another Fan of Knives there. It does get taken down, as the Ancient Protector is about to be done. There is a Shadow Meld. The Mountain King did not pick up Dust of Appearance this time around, as we could be looking at more, well, units trying to get trained back up again. A new Huntress now joining in on the fight. The Warden sitting right off over here. The Mountain King, however, does have enough in order to Stormbolt this Warden if the Warden tries to reveal itself. All the Huntress can really do is hope to get in a bit of damage as a bash goes across that Huntress. Mountain King still staying nearby, saying, you know what, I'm not going to leave my post. I'm going to be sitting right here, as the Ancient Protector gonna eat his way into the trees to try and find a place to root. And, well, is it going to be able to do that much? No, it's not going to be able to do that much at all. The Huntresses are still playing a game of harassment, but Lawliet is not getting very far with this. Ancient Protector slowly making its way over. 2 Huntresses now joining on the fight with the Forest Troll Berserker. Perhaps this is enough. Warden now trying to dash back around. There is a Stormbolt onto the Forest Troll Berserker. Forest Troll Berserker gonna get taken down. Arcane Tower is right there. Gonna remove much of the mana from that Warden already, as the Huntress is just going to fall. We had a close game in game number 1, but right now it seems like Th000 is going to be able to hold off on this attack extremely easily. The Warden already down to 58 hit points. Is it going to get taken down, as the Mountain King going to be able to finish it off? Scroll of Town Portal as the Warden gets down to 12 hit points, and everything is pretty much going to teleport away. The expansion is going to be able to hold its own. Huntress now deep inside enemy territory. Stormbolt, as that Huntress is going to stick around for 5 seconds too long and get taken out. Ancient Protector will be lost as well. Will the Mountain King get experience, or will the Arcane Tower get the final blow? Mountain King does get that experience and is now just shy of level 3. Now, important thing to note, there is no Arcane Vault, but we are already getting up double barracks and a blacksmith. And that is going to be Riflemen. Riflemen to try and counteract the Huntresses that we see. Mr. Crayjaw, thank you for coming over from YouTube. Thank you for stopping by. Say hi. Remember to follow, as we are looking at the Mountain King. Well, looking to perhaps get to level 3. If the Mountain King is able to use that Scroll of Regeneration, heal up all of these units, get to level 3, level 2 Stormbolt is going to be deadly effective here, as the Arcane Vault is now done. Mountain King at level 3. As I mentioned earlier, the remaining units going to get finished off here. You can see him picking up some items. There is another Clarity Potion already lying in wait, ready to go. Scroll of Regeneration should be used, healing up the remainder of this army. But one peasant hiding in the gold mine, unable to get that extra bit of heal. Warden now at level 3 as well. We'll see what is going to happen. Can the Warden get to level 5? That is going to be the magic number, as we are at Tree of Ages. The problem, though, is we do have a double blacksmith with riflemen. We are not going to be getting mortar teams since we are not at Town Hall, but the blacksmith opening up riflemen is going to be potentially very dangerous. That extra range damage, and it really boils down to what are we going to be seeing from Th000. Th000 also using the mercenary camps to get, I would say, tier 1.5 units with that economic advantage, knowing that, hey, it's a little bit more expensive, but I've got the gold to spend for it. Lawliet trying to retreat all the way back. Let's take a look. There's a slow onto a footman. Mountain King wants to get off a Stormbolt, unable to do exactly that. Goes Stormbolt onto the Forest Troll Berserker. Are these units going to get finished off? Mountain King finish off a Forest, the Mud Golem and the Forest Troll Berserker, as units are now, well, starting to fight back here. Riflemen getting surrounded by Huntresses, not what you want to see. Scroll of Healing being used, only to see all of that completely washed away after a Fan of Knives. There goes a Huntress. The Ogre Mauler still trying to join in on this fight as well, as unit after unit. Oh, Stormbolt onto the Warden, as the Warden did blink in front and get in a lot of damage again. Warden, is it going to be able to finish off any of these units? Does not have Boots of Speed. There's a Fan of Knives. Finishes off an additional footman. And now Lawliet coming back strong. But is he going to be able to get enough? You can take a look. The supply count is 44 compared to 23. Th000 has a much larger army, but you just don't see it yet. Warden now making its escape, as the Mountain King, well, Mountain King chasing after that Warden. The Warden, however, with Blink should be able to run around without much of an issue. Alright, Stormbolt back onto that Warden. Warden accidentally bolt or dashed into his opponent. What can really be done? Mountain King doesn't have the mana. Meanwhile, back across here, guard towers getting constructed to try and stop the Tree of Life. Now, all that the Huntresses can really do, focus down onto some of these peasants, or perhaps go after some of these additional units. Warden is in position. Mountain King sitting at 172 some odd hit points. Warden trying to finish off here and now needs to back away. The Rifleman going to be able to pick apart these Huntresses as the Scout Towers are now done, nearly done being upgraded. The Rifleman pushing back these Huntresses here. Only 2 Riflemen, but that is just enough as more Riflemen joining in on the fight. Alright, no Shadow Strike that we have seen. Rifleman target practicing against this Tree of Life. Tree of Life will get completed, but for how long will it stay up as the Tree of Life now already down to sub 500 hit points? Rifleman gonna stick around here, wait for the Mountain King to rejoin up as we are looking at, well, a failed expansion attempt that will definitely not be able to pay for itself as it will get taken down. Mountain King on the move out across the field. Scroll of Regeneration. There's an Arcane Vault here. Warden quickly Fan of Knives into position using the Pendant of Energy effectively. Does have a lot more mana than you would normally see at this stage, but the Fan of Knives does not affect the towers as well Breath of Fire does. Goblin Alchemist coming in to join in on the fight as well. So Goblin Alchemist, I don't know what the ability is. It could be Acid Bomb. Acid Bomb does allow for extra damage. Oh, a Bolt. No, gonna be Healing Spray, healing up all of these units here as the Dryads try to get into position. Ogre Mauler now taken down. More Healing Spray being used once again as the Rifleman, well, just gonna go ahead and stick around saying, you know what, this feels good to stand right here. Goblin Alchemist, a rather, well, unusual choice for heroes, but at this point, Th000 knows that he is in the driver's seat of this game. He has a very strong level 3 Mountain King. Scroll of Regeneration being used again as more detonations do go down. Are we going to see hiring of more units? No, Th000 is already sitting at 50 supply. I do know that the Goblin Alchemist got buffed in the PTR. I don't know if this is the PTR. Movement speed is average, and the Mountain King looks like he is moving at that standard rate. It doesn't look like he got a buff. Well, a buff or that much of a buff in terms of movement speed. All right, Mountain King ready to go. A whole bunch of Dryads ready to meet their fate with a bunch of Riflemen already here, ready for target practice. Here we're gonna go, and you can see that damage already getting added back up. Fan of Knives. What is the Alchemist gonna do? Healing Wave, healing back all of that damage pretty much instantaneously as the Warden may try to drop the items and pick them back up again. Warden, however, Fan of Knives goes across Dryads trying to back up again. As the Mountain King going to be able to get off enough Stormbolts? That is a big question indeed, as the Mountain King now sits at level 4 with enough mana for Stormbolt. Stormbolt passed, or Blink past the Stormbolt. Beautifully done. Scroll of Regeneration forcing engagements once again as the Warden does have enough mana. Warden could get to level 5, has to be extremely careful. There's a big Fan of Knives. Oh, a beautiful denial by Th000. A Rifleman shot his own brother in order to deny level 5 on that Warden. Warden sitting at level, well, still sitting at level 4. A level 5 would have been a tremendous change as the Warden now gets to level 5 finally. But I do believe that Fan of Knives could have finished off an additional unit if it was at level 5 just a split second earlier. Stormbolt dodges, so interesting to watch as you are going to take another look at a Dryad getting taken out. Mountain King says, you know what, I've stuck around long enough, I've had a good enough time, I'm just going to teleport away, rinse and repeat. And, well, Lawliet doesn't like that at all. Gives in the GG as Th000 takes this series 2-0. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hope you guys enjoyed it.